Hey guys, welcome to another Fatty Miniatures Battle Report. You got John here with Brad. We've got a treat for you today. Two new armies to the channel. I have decided to dust off, literally dust off. I did have to blow some dust off of my Tyranids. And Brad is about 90% done with his Custodes. They're painted enough to bring today.
Yep.
And so he's going to be bringing his Custodes army. I hope I'm saying that right.
I think they're Custodes or Custodes. I like to call them Custodes.
Yeah.
I think they might be Custodes.
They're the custodians of the Emperor. You know, they're the janitors. They clean things up.
They do.
Quite literally,
we'll find out today if they
clean up crew. But we have a 1,500 point game for you today. We rolled off on a D12 and we ended up with Deadlock, the Maelstrom mission. So we've set up the board. So far, Brad has first turn. We rolled for that.
I did ally some Tiger Claws in there.
Yeah.
I know they're a dead chapter, but that's why I have my friend painting them for me, because I think that's awesome. I love the fluff of them getting kicked out of the warp 10,000 years ahead of where they're supposed to be, and the rest of their entire faction has been eliminated, so now they're continuously on the run.
Yeah.
So the more he paints, the more you'll see my Tiger Claws on the channel, but for now it's just the single squad and a Rhino and a captain.
Yeah, and they look great. You'll see them on the field. So we'll go over the armies.
There's a lot of orange on this field, and I love it. Yes,
and then we'll go over the deployment, and I will eventually attempt to seize the initiative to hopefully go first.
No.
But here's a look at the armies. So this is my 1,500 points of Tyranids. And I'll start over here on the left. We have a Broodlord hunting pack, 3 units of Gene Stealers with the Broodlord, who is a different color so we can tell them apart. He will join this squad here of 6, which brings each squad up to 7 Gene Stealers. And then over here we have a combined arms detachment. My Warlord is the Flying Hive Tyrant. He does have the Electroshock Grubs and Twin Link Devourers. He also has the Hive Commander upgrade, which allows one of my troop selections to outflank. In the fast attack slot, we have a unit of 10 Gargoyles. In the elites, we have 2 separate Zoanthropes. And in the troops spots, we have a 30-man Hormagaunt squad, a 30-man Termagaunt squad, with 12 Devourers and 18 Flesh Borers. And because there are 30 Termagaunts, I can take a Tervagon as a troop choice. He has Crushing Claws. And then in the heavy support, we have a Carnifex with Crushing Claws and a Heavy Venom Cannon. And that is my 1,500 points of Tyranids. And here is Brad's 1,500 points of Custodes with Allied
Tiger Claws.
Tiger Claws. All right, so let's start with the Tiger Claws.
All right, super simple, 10-man squad, plasma gun and a rocket launcher. Captain has a power sword and a plasma pistol. Cataphractii captain with a chain fist and a combi melta. Rhino. Nothing on it, just straight up. Then the Contemptor Dreadnought with the carries pattern assault cannon. Then we got 5-man Custodes with the spears. This guy is their captain. Then we have a 5-man shield and sword. This guy's the captain, and this guy has the banner that gives him +1 attack. And then a venerable Land Raider. And I did add the 5 points to give it the bolt gun. heavy bolter and twin linked heavy bolter, twin linked las cannons.
Okay, and this guy right here is your
my
warlord.
Warlord, yes.
All right, and that is
his warlord trait gives him shrouded and his squad, I believe.
all right, and that is your 1,500
points.
1,505.
1,505 points. Yes.
All right.
I was 5 points over. Which technically, if I took the bolt gun off of the Land Raider, we'd be on it. But I wanted it WYSIWYG.
Makes it easier for you to remember.
Makes it easy for me to remember.
New army and still
I've
learning.
never played with either of these bits. A buddy of mine painted these tiger claws for me, and I really wanted to put them on the table. I painted all the Custodes stuff. I've not even done with the Land Raider, but I'm almost done with it. So, yeah, we're gonna have some fun today.
All right, guys. Here is the deployment. So, Brad rolled off and won and picked that corner. So we have his Rhino right there. We have his Cataphractii Terminator Captain right there, sitting on Objective 4. We have his Contemptor Dreadnought, basically sitting on Objective 1. We have his Land Raider right there with his Warlord inside. And that is his deployment. He has...
one more squad that'll deep strike.
Yep, he has the ones with the spears are in Deep Strike Reserve. The 10-man tactical squad is inside the Rhino, and like I said, the 5-man Custodes squad is inside the Land Raider. And then for my deployment, we have the 30-man Gaunt unit right here, towing the line as close as they could possibly get. We have the Carnifex right there, along with the Zone Throw. Now you'll see these little dice next to each of my Psychers. Those are their psychic powers. I really didn't want to dig the cards out today. They were at literally the bottom of the bin. Both Zone Throws actually rolled Onslaught, which allows a unit to run and then shoot, or shoot and then run. My Tervagon, who has Outflank, because of the Warlord's Hive Commander upgrade, rolled Catalyst. The Warlord has Catalyst and I believe the Horror. I'll have to double check that one. No, it's Catalyst and Paroxysm, which is going to be super useful because I will be able to minus D3 to somebody's weapon skill and ballistic skill. And then the Gene Stealer Broodlord over there has the Horror. So that unit infiltrated right there. And that unit of Gene Stealers infiltrated right there. Because of the special rules for the hunting pack, they got to infiltrate right there within 6 inches because that is a ruin. So then we also have a unit of Hormagaunts right there, and the 10-man squad of Gargoyles. And my Flying Hive Tyrant is way over there on the side, out of line of sight of everything in his army. I didn't want it to get shot off the table first turn. But that is the deployment. And I'm going to attempt to seize the initiative. And I do not. I get the farthest thing from it. So we will get back to you after the movement phase for Brad's Custodes on turn 1. For turn 1, Brad gets 6 cards, and this is what they are. He has no mercy. He gets 1 victory point if he kills something in the shooting or assault phase. If he kills something in both phases, he gets D3. Secure Objective 1, or Storm Objective 1. I don't currently control that, so he cannot get it this turn. Priority orders received. He did roll a 4, and so he needs to control Objective 4, which he currently does. But if his Warlord is the one that controls it, he gets D3. So he may move off of that to try to leave that for next turn. Defend Objective 6. Objective 6 is all the way over there, with my Gargoyles currently holding that. So I don't know that he's going to be able to get that one. Prioritize armored targets. He gets a victory point if he kills an enemy heavy support unit. And secure objective 5. Objective 5 is right there on the other side from his land raiders. So Brad's gonna have a lot of different tactical things to figure out what he wants to do. Whether he just ignores the objectives and tries to table me is one of those options, or whether he wants to try to win the points game. It's going to be completely up to him. So movement phase is complete for the Custodes on turn 1. That Rhino moved 6 inches. Getting line of sight on the Carnifex over there. He will still have cover. The Contemptor Dreadnought moved 5 inches through cover, getting line of sight on these Gene Stealers right here. The Cataphractii Terminator Captain moved up to within an inch. Gonna take out these Gene Stealers, hopefully. The Custodes have piled out of the Land Raider and moved 6 inches. They've already done their run movement of 1 inch. They really weren't feeling very fast. The Land Raider over there moved 12 inches and then has already done its flat out movement, controlling objective number 5, because that was one of Brad's cards. So we will go straight into the shooting phase. Right here, we'll start with the Cataphractii Captain, shooting at the Gene Stealers. 2 shots, hitting on 2s, because he does have weapon skill 5, or ballistic skill 5. The Terminator Captain, shooting at the Gene Stealers, hitting on 2s. And that is going to be 2 hits, and wounding on 4s. So that is going to be 2 wounds, and it is AP 5. So these 2 Gene Stealers don't get any cover, so they are just gone. Now we're going to go to the Contemptor Dreadnought, who is going to shoot his assault cannon.
Yep.
And it looks like 4 hits. Yep, 4 hits.
Okay.
And 3 wounds. Now they will get a cover save here, and it did not wound. What's the strength of the gun?
Strength 6.
Strength 6, so it did wound. So there are 4 wounds and 4 cover saves. Going through here, is that going to be a 4 up?
Yep.
4 up saves. And 1 makes it. So 3 more die. So there is 2 left.
Then the Stormbolter.
And they both hit. And both wound. So I don't know that you can see this last one here. So 2 saves on this guy.
Fair.
And he's dead. Alright. So 1 Gene Stealer left. We're going to go over there to the Rhino. So rocket launcher at the Carnifex. Hitting on a 3. That's a miss.
That's a miss.
And the plasma gun hitting on a 3. That does
5.
hit. And strength 7 against the toughness.
That's a 3.
So that is going to be a wound. And it'll be a 5 up cover save. And that is a save.
Okay.
So
On the Stormbolter.
Stormbolter on top.
May as well take the shots.
So 2 hits and wounding on 6s. And 1 wound and a 3 up armor save. And it's good.
Okay.
So that is going to be all of your shooting.
Yep.
So I will do a leadership check right here on that Gene Stealer. And leadership 9. I'll double check what the leadership is. I think that they're leadership 10, but I will double check.
Okay.
So after checking the rule book, sorry, the codex, Gene Stealers are leadership 10, so he did pass on a 9. Now the captain is going to charge. I have no Overwatch.
I think
And
I'm
an
in.
8 is definitely going to be in.
Oh.
Now, do you have assault grenades?
I would have to look. Hold on.
Okay, we're going to double check, because if he does not, then the Gene Stealer actually gets to go first.
He gets to go first anyway because I'm in Cataphractii Terminator armor.
Good point. Alright, so we'll come back to you with the attacks. Alright guys, so the attack between the Cataphractii Terminator Captain and the lone remaining Gene Stealer is on. Now my Gene Stealer gets 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. They both hit. Wounding on 4s, 6s are rending. And that is 2 AP2 wounds, so you get 4 up invulns. And you
make them both.
Pass them both on 6s.
Alright.
Alright, so 4 attacks. 1 hit. And wounding on a 2. That is a wound. There is no save for this guy.
Nope.
Not against the Chain Fist, so he's dead. And then you consolidate how far? 4 inches.
Alright. 4 inches back up in there.
And that'll get you about there.
Yep. Right up to there. So, there you go.
And that is going to be the end of turn 1. So at the end of your turn, you get 1 point for no mercy, because you killed something in the assault phase.
Yep.
And 1 point for secure objective 5. Now you're not close enough here. You're 4 inches away from objective 4.
Oh yes. Which is good because I wanted to.
You want to get him with your warlord for D3. So at the end of turn 1 for the Custodes, you have 2 points.
Yep.
3 points for first blood.
Yep.
So we will go on to Tyranid turn 1. My cards for Tyranid's turn 1: secure objective 1, assassinate, blood and guts, secure objective 3, secure objective 4, and secure objective 2. A lot of secure objective cards that I'm not going to be able to get this turn. 3 is out of my reach. 4 is also out of my reach. 1 is out of my reach. So I won't be able to get those 3 cards this turn. Assassinate any of his Custodes or characters. So that is possible. Blood and guts. I don't think I'll be able to kill something in the assault phase, but we will see. And secure objective 2, I have moved my Gene Stealers onto it. So we will go right into what the movement phase is. So those Gene Stealers have moved up 5 inches through cover. This 30-man Termagant squad has moved up 6 inches. The Zoanthrope has moved up 5 inches through cover. That Carnifex got 3 inches on his move through cover, moving straight towards that Land Raider. The 30-man Hormagant squad has moved up. That Flying Hive Tyrant has taken to the air and has moved to right there. This Zoanthrope has moved up and around, giving it line of sight on the Land Raider. Those Gargoyles, they just stayed there. And those Gene Stealers all the way over there moved 6 inches through that cover. So we will go straight to the Psychic phase. So I have 6 warp charges plus 1, and Brad gets 1 to deny. So to start off the Psychic phase, this Zoanthrope here will cast Warp Blast on the Land Raider. Warp Charge 2. And I get it with 2. Brad only has 1 dice, so therefore cannot deny. So I have to roll a hit first. And that is going to be a hit. And Strength 10 against Front Armor of 14. So needing a 4 to glance. And getting a 1. So then this Zoanthrope is going to do the same thing with 3 dice. And he does not go off. And lastly, that Hive Tyrant right there is going to cast Paroxysm on the Land Raider. Warp Charge 1. And it does not go off. So pretty uneventful Psychic phase. There's only one thing that is going to be shooting. So I went ahead, ran those guys just a little bit. The Gargoyles did not move that Zoanthrope at all. Ran those Hormagants to get them out of the way of the Carnifex, who will be shooting in just a moment. The Flying Hive Tyrant ran him easily 2 inches. Those Gene Stealers behind there actually ran 6 inches. That zone throw actually ran 5 inches, getting within 3 inches of objective 3, scoring possibly the only point that I will get this turn. That unit of termagants ran 3 inches, moving up. And that is where those Gene Stealers ended up. So I will go ahead and shoot the heavy venom cannon at that Land Raider. And we'll get back to you with the hit roll. Going to scatter. And that is a direct hit. So I get 1 hit, strength 9, AP 4. So needing a 5 to do anything. And that is a 3, so nothing. So we will go straight to the assault phase. And I am going to charge with the Carnifex straight into the Land Raider, needing a 9. And getting a 7. So that is going to be my turn, scoring secure objective 2 and secure objective 3. So at the end of turn 1, it is 2 points for Tyranids to 3 points.
Yep. For the Custodes.
For the Custodes. So that is holding an objective. And if he then controls it at the end of the turn, he gets D3 victory points. Otherwise, if he just kills the unit, he gets 1 point. He still has defend objective 6, storm objective 1. He needs to control objective 4, and he needs to kill my heavy support unit. So those are his objectives. He is now going to roll to see if this unit of Custodes comes in. And they do indeed come in. So we will get back to you with the deep strike and the movement phase. So this is where the Custodes are trying to deep strike. Right there, right behind those termagants.
We are drifting.
That is going to be 4 inches. So looks like they'll still be okay.
Yep.
Alright, and then we'll go into the rest of the movement.
Just like that.
And that rhino is going to move, you said 6 inches.
Yep. We'll pivot in, move them up 6 inches. And then we'll pile the boys out 6 inches. We'll put them here. Rocket launch right there. The rest of the guys.
All right.
Okay. He is going to move back
4 inches. That'll get him right on top of the
sitting on
objective.
So do that. He will move
5 inches.
which is what he likes to do apparently. So he will sit right there. These guys are going to move 6 this way.
So that'll put them within about an 8-inch charge of the Gene Stealers, which it looks like is where they're going to go.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
And then the Land Raider
is going to move forward 6 inches and then pivot. But
so where is he going to end up?
right there.
Okay. So we will do that and get right back to you with the results of the tank shock.
As last.
So that is the result of the tank shock. Those Hormagaunts just moving out of the way because they are fearless. And we will go straight into the shooting phase. We're going to start with these Terminators. And they're going to shoot at these Termagants.
Yeah.
Okay.
So rapid fire bolt guns.
And
they're not Terminators, they're Custodes, but yeah.
Hitting on 2s.
So
1 miss. And wounding on, I believe, 3s.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then that is 6.
Okay. 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
All right, and then we're gonna jump over,
To him shooting at the big one there.
shooting at the zone throw.
6 shots from the assault cannon.
So it looks like all 6 hit.
I like the sound of that. Strength 6 we said.
So wounding on 2s.
So everything.
Okay. So that's gonna
6
be
wounds.
6 3-up saves. And he's dead. All right.
That answers that question.
Okay, and then,
So then we'll go ahead and hop back to these guys.
okay,
Start with the Rhino shooting his 2 shots
at the,
at these
Termagants?
guys. Yep.
so 1 hit,
1 wound.
1 wound. Closest goes.
Last gun. 5.
Plasma gun.
Or plasma gun, yeah. 5 and a 6. So that's a dead dude. Plasma pistol. That's a
Okay,
6.
that's it. Hit.
And that's another dead dude
Okay.
on the floor. And the rocket. We'll do all the fancy shots first.
Okay,
That's
hits.
a hit. That's
And
another dead dude. And then I should have 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah.
okay, the last couple may not be in rapid fire range.
I will do a quick measurement then.
And we'll get right back to you. All right, so everybody but the very last guy is in rapid fire range. So hitting on 3s.
Okay.
And
Wounding on 3s or 4s?
let me double check. I think it's 3s, but they might be toughness 4.
Okay.
So 4 more guys go kaput. All right, and that is going to be all your shooting there.
Yep.
Okay, so they will take a leadership test, and they fail. They're running back 9 inches. That'll put them off the board. Oh yeah, definitely put them
Yes,
off the
sir.
board. So they're gone.
Nice.
And
And there's just the charge over here.
okay,
We determined it was a 9-inch charge, closest to closest.
and that's going to be a
That
5.
is a 5. So there you go.
All right. All right, guys. So being a nice guy here, because Brad forgot to do all of his shooting with his Land Raider here. So 2 twin-linked las cannons, and they both hit, and they both wound. So he's down to 2 wounds.
Twin wings heavy bolter.
All right, so 3 hits because it is weapon skill or ballistic skill 4, correct? Or 5?
Let me double check. But I believe that one's not.
So 1 wound from the storm or the heavy bolter. So getting a 3-up save, and he makes it. And then 2 shots hitting on 6s, 1 hit. And that's going to be a wound, another 3-up save. And he makes that one. So he is down to 2 wounds. And at the end of your turn, you scored
That's what I was just
1
look at.
point for killing the unit there. That was on objective 3. And 1 point for securing objective 4.
Am I within 3 inches of the objective though?
No, you're way out. Just barely out.
Just, I was gonna say, not way out. That's why I had to measure.
So, looks like he added another 2 points.
Bad placement. Otherwise, I would have had it. Yep.
Alright, so at the end of Custodes' turn, it is 5 points to 2. And rolling to see if the Tervagon comes on. And it does come on. And we're rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, 6 I get to choose for outflank. And it is coming in on that side. So I will place the Tervagon and do the movement and get back to you. Movement phase for the Tyranids turn 2 is over. Moved those Gene Stealers 6 inches through the cover. Get them all out of the cover and a straight shot for the assault there. That way I don't have to worry about subtracting the 2 and going last when I charge. That is where the Tervagon ended up coming in. We'll do the spawn Gaunts roll here in just a second. The Hormagaunts moved 6 inches. Gonna go for a charge on that Tactical Marine Squad. The Carnifex was within 12 inches of the Synapse range, so didn't have to worry about instinctive behavior. Moved 3 inches through cover, just getting an inch away from the Land Raider. That Zone Throat moved up 6 inches. Those Gene Stealers over there moved 6 inches closer to those Custodes. And then the Flying High Tyrant, which you can just see, moved actually his full 24 inches in the movement phase, getting rear armor line of sight on that Contemptor Dreadnought. Gonna shoot a whole bunch of shots at him. So I'll go over there, do the spawn Gaunts, and we will see the result. Actually, I'll just roll these 3 dice right here. And getting 6, but no doubles. A 1, 2, and a 3. So I'll put 6 Termagants right over there. And we'll go on to the Psychic phase. Alright guys, before I forget, here are the cards for the Tyranids on turn 2. The new one is Hold the Line. So I need to keep 3 of my scoring units within 12 and none of my opponents of my table edge. So gotta get rid of these guys in order to score that one. Assassinate, kill a character. Luckily, any of these guys that dies is a character. Blood and Guts, kill something in the assault phase. Secure objective 4. We're gonna go for it over there with those Gaunts that I just spawned. And secure objective 1. I don't think I'll be able to get that one this turn. Still way bit of ways from that one. But those are my cards, and for Psychic Powers, we are gonna get 1 extra dice plus my 5 Psychic Mastery levels on the table. So figure out what the powers are gonna be, and we'll come right back. So as we go into the Psychic phase for Tyranids on turn 2, there's really only 2 powers that I care about. We're going to do Catalyst from this Tervagon onto these Gene Stealers, giving them both Feel No Pain. It is Warp Charge 1. Gonna use 2 dice and getting it with 1.
Sure, why not? Nope.
And it goes off. So they both have Feel No Pain. And with the remaining 4 dice, I'm actually going to cast Paroxysm on the Warlord's unit, needing 1 Warp Charge to go off. And it does go off, but I do Perils. So the Perils result 3. We will double check on that. I think I just take a wound, but we'll double check. And the D3 result for their minus ballistic skill weapon skill is 1. So they are weapon skill 4, and the captain is weapon skill 5.
Yep.
So we'll double check on the peril result, and we'll get right back to you. Alright, so it is as I suspected. The Hive Tyrant does take a wound. He does now have to take a grounding test at the end of the Psychic phase. And he is fine. So we'll go. So to start the shooting phase, the Carnifex is going to shoot his Venom Cannon at the Land Raider. Direct hit.
Perfect.
Strength 9, needing a 5, and that is not going to do it. Alright, so these termagants right here, shooting at the captain, hitting on 4s, and wounding on 4s, so no wounds. And then we have the Tervagon with his cluster spines shooting at the captain, hitting on 4s, and wounding on a 3, strength 5, so that's going to be a wound. You get your 2-up save.
Yep.
And he's fine. Alright, so then we'll go over here to the Hive Tyrant. And 12 shots at the rear armor of the Dreadnought. Hitting on 3s, twin linked. So 2 misses, so 10 hits, and glancing on 4s, rear armor is only 10. Pen, 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 and a glance. It is AP dash, so can't blow it up, so it is a wreck.
Nope. I have all those invulnerable saves.
That is correct, so we'll come back to you with his invulns. Alright guys, so 7 5-up invuln saves for the Dreadnought. And
Save 2 of them.
saves 2 out of 5. He is wrecked. So that is a dead Dreadnought.
And do you roll on to see if he blows up?
No, it's AP dash.
Oh, okay.
Alright guys, going straight to the assault phase. Those Gene Stealers right there are going to charge the Custodes.
I get to shoot.
And they get a 10-inch charge. So we'll just put this here. I'm just going to do all my charges and I'll let him overwatch here in a second. Those Hormagaunts right there are going to charge the Tiger Claws. And they do have fleet. Yeah, I'll just re-roll this one. Alright, so it's a 5 plus the 3. So that's an 8. Plus their bounding leap of 3, so that'll definitely be in. And then these Gene Stealers are going to charge right there to those Custodes. And they're going to get a 9. And then that Carnifex is going to charge the Land Raider. And getting a 5, so he is definitely in. So we'll get the dice ready for Overwatch and we'll come right back. Alright, so we'll start the Overwatch right here. If you want to roll them right here. Hitting on 5s. So 3 hits.
Yep.
And 2 wounds. It is AP 5. So these guys disappear.
Okay.
Moving their
Get stuff out of the way.
10-inch charge. They still get in though. And then if you want to do the Tiger Claws.
Yep. We'll do the rocket.
Hitting nope. And then the Plasma Pistol.
Plasma pistol.
Nope. Plasma Gun. Nope. And then the bolters, bolt guns, hitting on 6s. And I see 1.
I see 1 as well.
And that's a 1, so no wounds there. So I'll move those guys in just a moment. And then going over there, we have 10 shots. Hitting on 6s. And I see 2. And 1 wound. So the front guy just goes. Perfect. So we'll move everybody in. I've already moved the Carnifex in. And we will start combat right here with this one.
Do I need to move him into...
Alright guys, so Brad has issued a challenge with his Warlord. My Broodlord is going to accept. And at initiative 7, he gets 5 attacks with preferred enemy against the Warlord. So hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, and rerolling the 1. And still getting a 1. So 4 hits, strength 5 against your toughness 5. So wounding on 4s, 6s are rending. 1 rend, 1 wound, and 1 reroll. So just the 1 rend. So 1 rend and goes through. So 3 up.
So 3 up. Invuln. That is a 1. So he takes a wound.
He takes a wound and a 2 up. All right. So he takes a wound. And then the rest of the Gene Stealers go.
And he goes at that time.
At initiative 6.
Oh no, he's at 5, so that's fine.
So all of these hitting on 3s and rerolling 1s for preferred enemy. All right. And these ones are wounding on 5, 6s are rending. So 1 rend and 2 rerolls. So 1 rend and 2 regular wounds.
Okay, 2 regular wounds. They're good, and the rend. Good.
Is good. All right.
Okay. So go ahead and do the captain at 5.
So he's hitting on 4s.
Weapon skill 6, or yeah, weapon skill 6.
Weapon skill 5. Because I knocked you down 1.
Oh, that's right, you did. Okay. So looks like 3, 5, 5, and a 6.
Okay.
And AP 3,
Strength 5.
strength 5. Yeah, strength 5.
Okay. So 2 wounds. So it puts the Broodlord down to 1.
Okay. Everybody else
Hitting on 4s.
swinging like my boys. Well, literally. Okay. And wounding on 3s.
Yep. All right.
5.
Well, unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4,
And then spill over to
and
the
spill over to him is 5.
hot diggity damn.
All right. And how far do they consolidate?
That is a good question. They will.
4 inches. All right. So then we'll go right over there to that Carnifex. All right, guys. So coming over here, D3 Hammer of Wrath from the Carnifex. Getting 1. Strength 9. That's nothing. So 4 attacks on the charge. Hitting on 3s. With 3 hits. The other one's a 1.
Okay.
And they are Armor Bane. So the first one is a pen. The second one is a pen with a 7. And the third one is a pen with a 6. Now Brad does get 3 5-up invulns against him. And he does not make a single one.
Not.
So it is AP 2. So looking for 6s to explode. And yeah, I think
I have 4 hull points.
that exploded.
Oh, jeez.
So gotta
Nice.
get the reaction there. It explodes 1 inch, so it only hits the Carnifex.
Nice.
Do you want to roll to wound on a 6, good sir? And that does not wound. All right. So if you want to remove your Land Raider.
I don't, but I will.
All right. So then we will go over to the Tiger Claws.
Yeah.
And I will pile in at initiative 5. And then I will do all of my attacks. All right, guys. So after counting attacks there are 13 Hormagaunts that are in range. So there are the dice. I should have just rolled half and then another half. I give up.
Nope. Open your hand.
And there is.
Oh, yep, I knocked that one. And where'd that other one go?
Yeah, just hand me that dice right there.
Which one? Oh, this one. Perfect.
And
There you go.
alright, guys. So here's the attacks. Hitting on 4s.
Thank God. All of those. These are not.
Alright. And strength 3 against toughness 4. So wounding on 5s.
Still not quite.
So many dice, and I've got pretty big hands. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It looks like 8 to me.
Alright. So 8 wounds, 8 3-up saves. And I see 1,
1,
2 to the die. And then we will come back with Brad's attacks. Alright, so they piled in.
Everything's all the same.
Everything's all the same. So hitting on 3s.
So, okay.
And wounding on 3s. Alright. And 3 6-up saves.
3 1s and 3 6s.
Alright. So saved 1. So I lose 2.
Makes tie combat.
Makes it a tied combat. I was actually worried I was going to lose because they would have been out of synapse
Oh.
and possibly could have ran. But we tied, so we'll do the pile in there. And then we'll move over to this combat over here. Alright, so there's the pile-in right there. Big giant mess of orange and purple. And then we'll go over to this combat right here. So there are my attacks. And I'm going first, hitting on 3s. Uh-oh.
Pull out all the hits. How many of them are there? Don't change them.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
And Brad's gonna try to block some stuff. So we got 2 6s, 2 5s, 4 or 3 5s, 4 4s, 5 4s, and 2 3s.
One of those 3s you have in the 4s. So there are 3 3s.
3 3s, 4 4s, 3 5s, and 2 6s.
So I'm gonna roll these 3, 1 for each of your 3s. If I
Okay.
get a 3 or above, then it's blocked.
Okay.
So I block 2 of them.
Okay.
And then for your 4s, I will try to block 2 of them as well. And I block them both.
Okay. It's equal, not.
It's, yep, is
Okay.
equal or greater.
All right. So that's how many hits I have now. And 6s are rending, and wounded on 5s, I think.
Yep.
This is what we discussed. All right, so 3 rends and a regular wound.
Okay. So regular wound is a 2 up.
Okay.
That's good.
And 3 5-up
3 5
and bombs.
And I will make 2 of them.
Ugh.
Take 1 wound.
All right. So we'll put one on that guy right
There
there.
you go. Alright. And then I got 15 attacks back.
Hitting on 4s.
Okay. And wounding on 3s.
Yep.
I like that.
1,
So
2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
All right, and you lose combat by a lot.
Yeah. So leadership down to 6, and they fail. So initiative 6
My initiative
plus a 4, so that's a 10.
is 5 for the captain and 4 for the.
Okay. So you need a 5.
Nope.
All right. So they get away.
And right off the board.
4 inches.
Maybe not off the board.
So they're going 4 inches right to there.
Interesting.
All right. So at the end of my turn, I secured objective 4, and that was it. Unfortunately, did a couple of wounds to both squads. You made a lot of invuln saves. A lot of 5-up invuln saves over here.
Yeah.
So those are going to be mine, and I will actually... Oh, I did get blood and guts because I killed the Land Raider.
You did.
So
And you killed the.
yeah, but that wasn't in the assault phase.
Oh, gotcha.
So I am actually going to discard hold the line.
Okay.
I don't think I'm ever going to get rid of those guys right there.
Probably not.
So we'll get rid of hold the line. And at the end of turn 2, it is 4 points for Tyranids versus 5 points
Yep.
for the Custodes. So we will go on to turn 3 in just a moment. Alright guys, so that is Brad's new card, Defend Objective 5. He gets 2 victory points if he holds Objective 5 with the same unit for 2 consecutive turns. He still has Defend Objective 6. Same thing, he's got to hold it with the same unit for 2 turns. Don't think he's going to get that one, but could still. It's only turn 3. He needs to take Objective 1 from me. I don't currently hold it. And he still needs to kill my heavy support choice to get a victory point. So we will come back in the movement phase.
Film some stuff before I.
Alright guys, movement phase. Brad told me he's going to ignore the remaining Gene Stealer.
Yep.
And he's going to move those Custodes straight across. Gunning for the Karn effects over there, because he does have to kill a heavy support choice to get a point.
Yeah, I think that's the wise move.
And then he's going to move his Rhino next.
Yeah, I probably should have moved the Rhino first, but I don't need Objective 3. Let's not get stuck on the.
And he does not get stuck with a 6, so he's just going to go up there and just kind of sit there. You're going to go...
No, I'm just going to go to the 6. That way I can still shoot my gun.
Okay, and then those Custodes over there.
Those Custodes are going to move 6 inches this way. Still got a wound left. 6 inches to there. Let's go across that way.
And then the Captain and Terminator armor over there.
It's going to go within an inch.
Alright. So that is going to be the movement phase.
Yep.
We will go straight into the shooting phase with the Captain.
Took his 2 shots.
Hitting
2 and
on
a 2.
5, so 2 hits.
Oh yeah, hit. No.
Because he's a captain, he's
Yeah.
what?
So hit
Let's
on
go
2.
5.
So 2 hits.
And 1 wound.
Is that just a dead dude?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get 4-up cover because we're both in the cover.
Okay.
So,
Okay, and then they can't shoot into those guys because they're in combat.
okay. And then are these guys gonna run?
The bolter can't do any damage to.
It can, yeah.
It can. May as well take the shots.
Okay.
Two shots
from the rhino.
From the rhino.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hitting on 3s. 2 hits, needing 6s.
And nothing. I got 5 and a 3.
Nothing.
Nope.
And then the Custodes over here.
They're gonna run.
Okay.
6 inches.
6 inches.
Very nice.
All right, so that'll put them right about here. And
yep.
All right, and then I think the only thing left is the assault phase. Brad's already told me he's going to charge his captain over there into the termagants. So I will overwatch. There's 5 of them, hitting on 6s.
And I'm also going to go ahead and charge this into there.
No hits. And then anything but a double 1 over there is good. And he got a 4, so he's good. And then those Custodes.
You're going to charge here.
And they get a 9, so they're good.
Way good. Okay.
So we'll do the pile-in moves and we'll get back to that combat. Alright guys, real quick, before we start this combat over here, totally forgot that they had Feel No Pain from my psychic powers. Rolled all of the 5 deaths to see if any of them actually would have survived. 3 did survive through the Feel No Pain. They still technically lost combat and ran away, so we've elected to just put them there like they're still running away and not move the Custodes back in. So that being said, let's jump into this combat. 5 attacks onto the Terminator Captain, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 5s. 1 wound. 1 2-up save.
Oh, yep.
And he's fine.
And 3 + 1 on the charge.
So 4 attacks. 2 hits. With a 4 and a 6. And 1 dies.
Alrighty.
They actually have counterattack because they're within 12 inches of this Tervagon. So 5 more attacks because they should have had 2 attacks each. Real quick before this combat is over. So hitting on 4s, so 3 hits and no wounds. It didn't make a difference, but I didn't want to get a whole bunch of comments. So
should always roll all the dice you can.
And they are fearless because they're within 12. So
Fair enough.
we are just going to sit there.
Yep.
So now we're going to go into this combat right over here. It is going to be a lot of figuring out at this point. Yep. So we'll come back to you once we figure out how many dice and who gets what and when they swing and all that fun stuff. All right, folks. So we're going to do Brad's captain first. Hitting on 3s. So 4 hits. And 3 die.
3 dead.
Now at the same time, there are 15 that get to hit the Custodes. So I will go ahead and do those attacks. And I'll roll the to hits off camera. There's a lot of dice. And we'll come right back to you with the to wound rolls. Alright guys, so at the same time the captain swung, the Hormagaunts got 16 hits against the Custodes, and they are now wounding on 6s.
Majority toughness 5.
And they get, sorry about that, 1, 2, 3, and 4 wounds.
3 up involves. And I lose a guy.
Alright. And then there are 15 hits against the Space Marines. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. And they are wounding on 5s.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, and those are 3 up armor.
And 3 die.
Yep.
All right. So we will come back to you with...
Actually, one of those was a rend.
No.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
All right. So 3 of those die.
2, 3.
And we'll come back to you with the... I guess Brad's already got them counted out. So
Custodes.
here are the Custodes hitting back on 3s.
Not going to do that. Alright, so minus that one, minus that one, that one.
It's like 4 misses.
Yep.
And then killing on 2s.
Killing on 2s. Aww. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Okay.
And then the Space Marines, you killed 3, so I have 4 regulars and the captain left.
Okay.
That was junk. Was that hitting on 4s or 3s?
3s hitting on, so 3 hits.
Perfect.
And they 3 6-up saves. And a save 1, so 2 more die.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I lose combat.
Since 10 of these are going away still.
So I will roll my morale. I need double 1s to stay. And I do not.
Sorry.
Let me double check and make sure that I'm out of synapse, but I definitely think that I am. Other than that, it would be an initiative roll-off. And I get a 1, so Brad would catch me if he rolls a 1. So, all right.
And
So
I roll a 1.
I'll double check the synapse range there, and we'll get back to it. All right, guys. So at the end of Brad's turn, he did not score any objectives, but he is going to get rid of secure objective or defend objective 6.
Yep.
Those are going to be his 3 objectives going into his turn 4 when we come back around to it. So at the end of your turn, you have 5 points.
I have 5 points. And
To my 4. So we will go into Tyranid's turn 3, and we'll take a look at the cards. And what you are seeing now is the cards for Tyranids on turn 3. The 2 new cards are Secure Objective 5 and Secure Objective 6. I also still have Assassinate and Secure Objective 1. So we will see what happens as we go into the Tyranid movement phase on turn 3. Alright guys, so before any movement happens, I do have to take a leadership check on leadership 10 to see if these guys stay on the table. And they don't. That is a double 6. Needing a double 1 to keep them on the table here. And that is an 11. So they are off the table, which is exactly what we figured was going to happen anyways.
Sure.
So we'll move that Tervagon, figure out what's going on with the Hive Tyrant, and then we'll move the rest of the stuff over here. Alright guys, quick look at the battlefield here. This is after the movement phase for Tyranids. We have those gargoyles moving up 12, and both the Zoanthrope and the Carnifex moved back 6 inches towards the objective number 6. The Flying Hive Tyrant actually landed and is 3 inches away from objective 1. The Tervagon is moving straight towards these wonderful Marines right there. And that is everything in the movement phase, except I do have to roll to spawn Termagants over there. So 3d6, and I get 9, still no doubles. So I will place those and come right back to you with the psychic phase. So there is the brand new unit of Termagants. So now we'll go on to the psychic phase. So 5 warp charges plus 5 more. It's going to give me 10 dice for the psychic phase. And we will start off with Onslaught right over there from that Zoanthrope onto the Carnifex. It is Warp Charge 1. It allows me to run and then shoot, or shoot and then run. And getting it with 2. I do perils though. Did you wish to deny that?
You have 6 dice left?
I have 6 dice left.
No.
Okay.
I'll let you do that.
So the perils result is a 6. I need to take a leadership test on leadership 10. And on a 5, he passes. So he is super Zoanthrope over there. So
Very nice.
probably not going to matter. He already has a 3-up invuln. It's not going to get into combat. It's not going to matter too much. I am going to come back to you with the rest of the psychic phase in just a moment. Alright guys, after a quick check on what their psychic powers are, I'm going to start with Paroxysm from the Warlord onto the Custodes right there. It is only Warp Charge 1, trying to drop their weapon skill and ballistic skill. And I do not get it. So now I'm going to cast Feel No Pain on the Tervigon and the Hive Tyrant. And I don't get that one either. Alright, so little disappointing at the end of the psychic phase. But we'll go straight to the shooting phase. And we will start by shooting these Termagants into the Tiger Claws. So there's 9 shots there. Alright, and they're hitting on 4s. So 4 hits. And wounding on 4s. Alright, so 3 wounds. And 1 dies.
Look out, sir.
Alright. And then we'll do 4 shots from the cluster spines into the same unit there. And 3 hits. And 3 wounds. And 1 more dies.
Definitely look out, sir, but which one? I'm gonna look out, sir, to the rocket launcher.
Alright, so the rocket launcher goes down. Alright, so that is the shooting from over here. Next we'll go to the Flying Hive Tyrant. And as soon as I get all those dice, we'll come right back. Alright guys, so that Flying Hive Tyrant is going to shoot at the Custodes. Try to take the Warlord off from behind. So 12 shots. Hitting on 3s, twin linked. Wow, it's a good thing. Twin linked. Alright, so 2 misses. And strength 6 to your toughness 5, so wounding on 3s. Alright, so 7 wounds.
Alright, so we will start with 7 lookout, sirs.
Okay.
Just because.
On 4 ups. So he has to take 3. Or 4, excuse me.
So the 3 that were successful. And all of this is 2-ups?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
So 1 takes a wound.
1 takes a wound.
And
then 2-ups here.
And
he
totally fine.
survives.
Alright. So we will now run the gargoyles. 4 inches. Perfect. And the zone throw. 6 inches. Alright. And then we will go on to the Carnifex after I've moved all that stuff. Alright guys, there is the run move for the gargoyles. They are now holding objective 5. That zone throw up is now holding objective 6. Now, that Carnifex is kind of the wild card here, I guess you could say. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this unit right here. And I think a direct hit can get 3. If I get a direct hit right there. And that is going to be a
I don't know what your ballistic.
2-inch scatter. So that'll get
2, 3. Still.
that'll still get 3.
Perfect.
So strength 9. So wounding on 2s. Alright, and 2 wounds. So 2-up saves. And 1 takes a wound. So I do kill 1. So that front one goes. Alright, and then I'm going to run the Carnifex. 1 whole inch. Alright, I wish he had fleet and could re-roll that. So that is going to be my turn. We'll take a quick pan over the battlefield here. We do have that combat right over there. I have, is there 5 or 4 left over there?
There are 4 left there.
4 attacks at initiative 4, hitting on 4s. 2 hits and wounding on, I think 5s. Well, there's a wound with a 6.
Toughness 5. Yeah,
And he saves it.
And then
3 attacks back. 1 hit and 1 wound. Kills 1. I lose combat, but I'm still within 12 inches there. So at the end of my turn, those guys are still locked in combat. The Termagants move towards the bulk of the army, spawn some more Termagants. Those 3 Space Marines do have to take a leadership test. We talked about that. Oh, they fail. And they run 8 inches. Well, Brad figures out where they're going to go. The Custodes and the Custodes are here. We got the Gargoyles, the Carnifex, and the Zone Throw. And card-wise, I did kill a character, right? All of your Custodes are characters.
Yes.
So I got Assassinate. I did secure objective 1 with my Hive Tyrant. I did secure objective 5 with the Gargoyles. And I secured objective 6 with the Zone Throw. So I did get all 4 cards.
Damn.
And yeah, we will. Oh, wait. We'll figure this out in just a second, guys. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Brad and I were just having a quick discussion about those Tiger Claws. One of my cards was secure objective 1, but the Tiger Claws are falling back, so they technically can't hold an objective. And so, therefore, my Hive Tyrant still technically claims objective number 1. So that brings the total at the end of turn 3 to 8 points for the Tyranids, to 5 points for the Custodes and Tiger Claws. So we will go into turn number 4. Alright guys, quick reminder, those are the cards for Brad. He actually cannot draw any new ones, being turn 4. and we will come back to you at the end of the movement.
Alright.
Alright guys, movement phase for Brad's Imperium army is over on turn 4. Those Custodes moved up 6 inches. Those Custodes moved over to try to take objective 5. They did move up 6. Those 3 Tiger Claws just shuffled around to get better firing lines at the Flying Hive Tyrant there. Give you a little bit better viewpoint there. And then that Rhino moved up to try to shoot the Hive Tyrants as well. So we'll go into the shooting phase now. Do you want to start with the Rhino on the
2 shots from the deal? Ooh, both hit.
Okay, and needing 6s.
And nothing.
Alright.
So
And Brad and I had this discussion off camera. I think he's going to use the plasma pistol.
yeah, plasma pistol.
Hitting on a 3. Hits. And
6.
And he's got 3 wounds left. I think he's just gonna take it. I could jink for a 4-up save.
Can you while you're on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
No, I'll jink.
Okay.
I think I'll jink because that any extra wounds, even though I'm snap firing the next turn, it is twin linked. So 4-up save, and it doesn't matter. So he's down to 2.
2. And you said I have to use my pistols.
The pistols for the other 2 if you're gonna charge.
And that's a 5 and a 5.
So 2 hits and then needing 6s.
And that's a
And
5 and a
nothing.
1.
Alright.
So these guys.
So these Custodes are gonna shoot at the
2
gargoyles.
shots each.
So 8 shots.
Nope. This guy doesn't get shots
Oh,
because he's got
6 shots. Hitting on 2s, so 5 hits.
That's not
And wounding on 3s.
So 4 wounds.
And 4 guys just die.
Okay.
Because it is AP 5, and they only have a 6-up save.
So front 4.
Okay. And then these Custodes are going to shoot at the Carnifex.
Yep.
So that's going to be
4 shots. So one of them is within rapid fire range,
Yep. So that's 5 shots.
but then I can't charge.
These guys have Relentless.
Okay.
So they're good.
I was like, hold on. Alright. So you said hitting on 4s or 3s?
You should be hitting on 2s, so you're good.
Okay.
And then wounding on 6s. And
No
nothing.
wounds. Alright.
Alright, so then we will move straight to
Charges?
the assault phase. You're going to charge
I'll charge
with those
there.
guys. And getting an 11.
11,
So
very
they're
nice.
going to be in.
And
I'm going to
guys?
overwatch over there with the Hive Tyrant.
Sure you are.
And
that is
getting an
11 as well.
11-inch charge. And
those
charging-
guys into the gargoyles.
And getting a 10.
Jeez.
All
Everybody
right.
wants to fight today.
So I will also overwatch with the gargoyles.
Figured.
So we'll start there.
And here?
Yep.
Okay.
So gargoyles getting 2, 4, 6 shots. And hitting on 6s. So 2 hits and wounding on strength 4 against your toughness 5. So wounding on 5s. No wounds.
Okay.
And then over there, 12 shots.
I just gotta feel 2 wounds.
Alright, and hitting on 6s twin linked. So far 1 hit. And twin linked. Alright, so 1 hit. And 1 wound. And he's fine.
Okay.
Alright.
So then your final...
I can't overwatch the blast weapon. So we'll move these guys in and then we'll come back to you with the Hive Tyrant combat first.
Yep.
Alright guys, so going over to that combat over there, I'm actually going to issue a challenge.
You're
and
like I said, I will accept the challenge.
Brad's going to accept it. Now, in case you don't understand why I'm doing this, Brad has a power sword on his captain or his sergeant, and if I can make sure that the power sword is the one that dies, if one dies, then the others still have to go through a 3-up armor save.
Yep.
So I do get 4 attacks base, weapon skill 8, so hitting on 3s, and 1 hit.
Oh, you might not make it.
And I need a 2.
1.
And that's a 5. So AP 2.
Yep.
So the power sword dies. And then these guys are hitting on 4s still because it's not double +1.
And wounding on...
Wounding on 6s.
Nope.
And no wounds.
Okay.
So I win combat.
But you are tied in combat.
Leadership check.
Yep.
And with a 6 they are good.
Yep.
So do you want to do...
Either or. You tell me which one you want.
Go ahead and do the gargoyles next.
Okay.
So we'll come back to you with all those dice.
Alright.
Alright guys, so at initiative 6, the captain goes first with 6 attacks. And he fails with 2. And 3 die. So then we will go on to the other ones. He only needs to kill 3 more at this point. I'm hoping for a lucky one that survives.
I'm guessing no. No.
1, 2, 3. Alright, so that is the squad.
That was close.
And go ahead and roll to consolidate.
You're at initiative 4 as well. You get to swing back.
Oh. Alright. Sorry, I thought those guys were initiative 5. So I will swing back. With my 6 attacks.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s. So 3 hits and strength 3, so wounding on
Toughness 5.
wounding on 6s. No wounds.
Yep.
Alright, so go ahead and roll to consolidate. A whole 2 inches.
Yep.
And
Which is fine because
how far away from that objective are you?
I'm not going to quite make it, I don't think. But we will find out. So 2 inches puts me here. And I am, yep, 3 inches. Perfect.
Okay. Alright, so we'll get back to you with this combat here. Alright guys, so this combat right here, the captain goes first with 5 attacks. And he is hitting on 3s.
So 4 out of 5.
And then strength 5.
I believe so.
Against toughness 6, so wounding on 5. So 1 wound, AP 2.
He is, yep, strength 5.
And the spear isn't +1 toughness, right? For these ones it won't matter because he didn't roll a 4.
Spear is strength +1.
So only 1 wound, so which means the Carnifex is down to 1 wound. But for the next round it will be forced to wound. Because they all have spears. And hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. And there, that is a dead Carnifex. So go ahead and consolidate.
1 inch.
A whole inch.
Interesting.
And you're gonna go this way?
No. Maybe.
Okay. So at the end of the turn,
No,
you're not going to go this
because
way.
I don't have the 6 anymore.
Okay.
I have defend objective 5, which I am now defending.
Okay. You need to hold that for 2 turns. So you've got it this turn. You need to hold it for 1 more turn.
All the way through next turn till the start of the next turn.
Yep.
So those guys will move an inch back this way
Okay.
because they don't care about objective 6 anymore. And I get the point for prioritize armored targets.
So you get 1 point for killing the Carnifex.
Yep, 1 victory point. If at least one enemy heavy support unit was completely destroyed during the assault phase on your turn, score 2 victory points instead.
So 2 victory
Assault,
points.
So that is worth
Okay.
2.
And then over there you technically control objective 1 with your objective secured unit.
So I
So
did storm objective 1 and get.
is it D3?
Hold on. Yep, score D3.
Okay, so go ahead and roll it right here. So 2.
2. Fair enough.
Alright, so what does that bring your total up to?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 to 8 as we go into Tyranids turn 4. Alright guys, quick addition to turn 4 for the Custodes. We did forget that combat.
Yep.
I have 3 guys left, so hitting on 4s. Alright, and 3 hits. And wounding on 6s. 1 wound.
2 up, that's a
And
3.
that's a save. And then he gets 3 attacks. And he missed 1.
And 6 and 6, that's 2
And
dead.
kills the other 2. They are still fearless because they're still within 12. So, doesn't change anything for the points, but there is only 1 Termagant left
Yep.
over there. So we will go into turn 4. Alright guys. Turn 4 for the Tyranids. Here are the new objectives. Secure objective 4, which I currently hold over there with my 1 Termagant. Hungry for Glory, I will probably end up discarding that one. And Ascendancy, D3 victory points if I control any 3 objective markers at the end of my turn. Definitely doable. I currently hold 6. Definitely should be able to get objective 4. And I would be really surprised if I did not kill the last 2 Space Marines there. So as we go on to movement phase, we might see some shenanigans over here with trying to get number 3 and number 4, number 6, number 1, and just kind of eliminate things and options for the Custodes and the 2 remaining Space Marines. So I'll come back to you after the movement phase. Alright guys, so the movement phase for Tyranids on turn 4 is over. Those Termagants moved over to get rear armor on the Rhino. That Tervagon, moved up to within 3 inches of that objective and is going to spawn some more Termagants and getting 11 and still no doubles. So I'll place them in just a moment. And then that Zone Throat moved back, still within 3 inches of the objective, but definitely making it a lot farther away for those Custodes. So we will go on to the Psychic phase just as soon as I have placed those Termagants over there. Alright guys, there are those Termagants crawling all over that piece of terrain. Now we will go straight to the Psychic phase. So I have 5 warp charges plus 5 more, so it gives me a total of 10. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is I am going to cast Catalyst from the Warlord, onto himself and the Tervagon. It is only warp charge 1. I'm going to go ahead and throw 5 dice at it. And I get it with 1.
I will throw my 5 at it.
And you get any 6s?
Nope.
Alright, so the Warlord and the Turbigon both have Feel No Pain. And, you know, just for good measure, I'm gonna cast Catalyst from the Turbigon onto the one Termagant that's in combat, giving him Feel No Pain. I'm gonna throw 3 dice at it, just hoping. Just need 1 4-up, and it doesn't go off. I don't think the other 2 would have met, and it might have gone off if I'd thrown all 5. Who knows? I might have perils, so didn't want to risk that. So that is going to be the psychic phase. We'll go straight to the shooting phase, and we will shoot those 9 Termagants into the rear armor of that Rhino. So hitting on 4s. And glancing on 6s. I need these 6s again. And there's 2. So it's down to 1 hull point. And I think that is really gonna be it for the shooting phase. I'm gonna check one other thing real quick and end the shooting phase. Alright guys, so one last thing before I end the shooting phase. I did double check, and that Turbigon does have spine banks. So it's strength 5 against the side armor of 11 on the Rhino. So hitting on 4s, 4 shots. 1 hit and needing a 6 to glance. Alright, nothing. So I figured I would give it a shot. Just wanted to get rid of that. And that is going to be it for the shooting phase. I guess we'll go straight to that assault over there. 4 attacks from my Hive Tyrant.
Those guys can't charge, so it's just a single.
Yep.
Perfect.
So 4 attacks from the Hive Tyrant onto those 2 Marines. Hitting on 3s. That's 4 hits. And killing on 2s. And that would be 3 wounds, AP 2, strength 6. So they are definitely dead. And he will consolidate 6 inches. And then going straight over there, we got 1 attack left from the one guy that's left in combat, hitting on a 4. It hits, and wounding on a 6, and nothing. So 1 hit, and that is going to be a dead Gaunt. And how far does he consolidate? 5 inches. Alright, so we will get back to you with the points scored, and yeah. Alright guys, so the Hive Tyrant consolidated to just in front of that objective. The Cataphracti Terminator moved over to within an inch of those Termagants. So at the end of the turn, I did not score Hungry for Glory. I did not issue a challenge. I did secure objective 4, so that's 1 point. And I did get Ascendancy because I secured objective 4, 1, and 6. So basically drawing a line across the board there. And that is worth D3. So I will go ahead and roll, getting a 5. So that is 3 points. So at the end of the Tyranid turn, they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points to your 9 points. Things are starting to look up for the Tyranids. Brad drew his new card, and he's smiling.
Control the field.
Okay.
I get D3 victory points at the end of my turn if I control at least 2 even-numbered objective markers.
All right.
may be possible.
So 2 even numbers. The even numbers are 6, 2, and 4. 4 is going to be a little bit tough for him.
My Rhino can basically drive up there, flat out, should make it. Fingers crossed that he doesn't wreck on the thing.
And then these
guys 6,
and then either run or charge. Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible.
And these guys are coming back this way to stay on that to score defend objective 5.
We'll see what happens. We'll come back to you.
Just a minute.
Your Rhino, if it's going this way, is going to need to make a dangerous terrain check.
Once it hits that piece, yeah.
Do you want to go ahead and roll for that now?
Well,
unless you're going to go.
My 12 inches isn't going to hit there. Then I'm going to have to flat out it.
Okay, we'll come back to you guys in just a second. All right, guys. Dangerous terrain for the Rhino.
To flat out, not a 1. Perfect.
Oh, that was a 2.
That is beautiful. That puts me.
So that gets him up there.
Right up there. I'm going to nudge him just a little bit so he doesn't fall.
Okay, so he does control objective number 2. Now he needs he has to get a 6 in order to control that.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me? It is a 6, sir.
It is indeed a 6. So he does control that objective.
That is beautiful.
And you get, so you have those 2 objectives, and then
I can't shoot at anything. I have 1 I can shoot and then charge.
Yeah.
So we'll do that as soon as I get this.
Okay. So then we will come back
6 puts me
after his run move. So over there, 2 shots from the captain into the termagants. So 2 hits and
1 and a 2.
1. No wounds.
No wounds.
And then he's going to go ahead and charge. He's in. I'm going to Overwatch. There are 11 of them there. 3, 6, 9.
This captain is going to earn a name if he keeps this up.
11. So hitting on 6s. And no hits. Sorry, 2 hits. And 1 wound.
Oh, and he takes a wound. He is down to 1.
Is he toughness 4 or 5?
Toughness 5.
Okay, so no wound because that was a 4.
Oh.
Strength 4 against your toughness 5.
Fair enough. Never mind. He doesn't take a wound.
Alright, so we'll get back to you with that combat. Alright guys, so this attack, quick correction. Cataphractii Terminator is only toughness 4. He did roll a 1 for his save. So he did take a wound, and he's down to 1 wound. Or I think he's got 2 wounds left.
I think he has 3 total, yeah.
But while Brad's checking on that, I do have 20. Sorry, there's 3 that are not in range.
3 wounds total.
Alright. So they do have counterattack because of the Turbogon. So here are my attacks hitting on 4s. And that one's cocked on his tail. And it's a miss. Alright. Alright, so 6 hits and wounding on 5s. Strength 3 against toughness 4. So that is going to be 2 wounds.
Good.
Alright, 2 saves. Alright, and then he gets 4 attacks. 2 hits, the 5 and a 6. He's killing on 2s, so he kills 1. They are fearless, so they're just going to sit there. And at the end of your turn, go ahead and roll a D3 for secure the field. Go ahead and throw it right there. And that's going to be a 2. And then you get 2 points for defend objective 5. So that puts you
10, 11, 12, 13.
13 to my 12. So we will.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I was watching them count. So 13 to 12 for the Custodes as you get a quick scan of the battlefield. So we will draw cards for the Tyranids and get back to you on their turn 5.
Turn 5, yeah.
Alright guys, so movement for Tyranids is 99% complete. These Termagants stayed still. This Tervagon, they all sound so alike, moved straight towards the warlord of the opposing army. And then those Termagants also did the same thing, moving 6 inches towards the warlord over there. The Zoanthrope stayed still. It'll cast some psychic powers here in a moment. My warlord moved 12 inches on the ground towards the warlord of Brad's army. The only thing left to do is spawn some more Termagants, because I have yet to roll doubles. Pretty decent rolling so far. So rolling to spawn some more Gaunts. And that is going to be 15. In turn 5, rolling doubles, I really don't feel that bad.
Nope.
So I'll place those 15 Gaunts, and we'll come back to you with the psychic phase. Alright guys, there is the 15 new Termagants. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time remembering the 2.
Yeah.
But there they are. So now we're going to go to the psychic phase. And 5 psychic mastery levels on the table plus 1. So Brad gets 1 dice. Now I am going to, with my 6 dice, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to cast Catalyst on my warlord. Catalyst on the warlord and this unit of Termagants right there. And I am going to, I'm going to use 3 dice for that. And I don't get it. That is fantastic. Well, in that case, I'm actually going to switch what I was going to do. I'm going to cast Catalyst, Catalyst from the Tervagon onto the warlord.
Is he within range?
It's 24-inch range. Okay. And it's warp charge 1, so I just need 1/4. Brad is measuring to double check.
Yep, you're good.
Definitely within.
Definitely good.
So, and I still don't get it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Warp Blast at this Custodes group. Warp charge 2. And I get it with 3, so Brad can't deny.
Magical 6.
He did get a 6, but it doesn't matter.
Magical 6.
He removes 1, and it is down to 2.
Magical 6.
Still passes. So
it does not.
It's Strength 10, AP 2. I need a 4 to hit or 3 to hit. That's a hit, and it's not a blast.
Well, why not?
Brad's over here playing with a blast. I think he's starting to get a little orky today.
I was hoping it would drift.
So needing a 2 to wound, strength 10, and that is a 6. 3 up, or 5 up invuln.
5 up invuln.
And of course he gets a 5. All right. Well, I have a feeling that this is going to be the end of the game for the Tyranids. So we'll go straight to the shooting phase.
Sure.
Those Termagants are going to shoot at the rear armor of the Rhino. Looks like all of them, except for the last couple. So
depends on
2, 3 from that side can't get to it.
Sure.
And then 12 inches.
Looks like the last 2.
So 6. So 9 shots total. hitting on 4s.
Leave that lucky 5 over there.
Well, that's a lot of hits.
Whew, that's a lot of hits.
And I need the same roll again. Just need a 6. There's 2 6s. That rhino is toast.
Fair enough.
All right. So.
Ramshackle?
Yeah. Okay.
Just kidding?
Like I said, he's feeling a little orky today, guys.
Just kidding.
The Tervagon is going to. I don't think I'm going to run, but give me a second and we'll come right back to it. So, interesting change, current. Yeah, things changed, guys.
Yeah.
So we realized those units are both not objective secured. Brad and I both, for some reason, thought that his Custodes were. He did not control objective number 6 at the end of his last turn. Therefore, he did not manage to control the field, which was worth 2 points on his D3 that he rolled.
Exactly.
So we went ahead and took that away. We left everything else where it was, meaning my Hive Tyrant's right there.
Yep.
Getting ready to shoot some stuff.
Basically, at the end of that turn, though, I would have pitched that card.
Right.
So I'll get a different card next turn if we get a next turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because there's no way I can get it now because
your rhino's blown up.
My rhino's blown up, and I would have known it was going to be blown up, and I would have pitched the card because there's no way I could have kept that rhino alive with one wound.
Not with all that stuff right there.
Exactly.
So we're gonna continue into the shooting phase.
Apologies.
Yeah, definitely apologize, guys. There's a lot of things this game that we've kind of caught ourselves.
Yep. And we probably missed a lot that we did wrong still.
So we're gonna continue into the shooting phase. Those Termagants right there, I believe 3 of them are within 12 inches of those Custodes. The tape measure is right over there. If you want to double check.
So the tip of my Custode.
So it looks like
yep, 3.
3 of them are within 12 inches. So I'm going to take my 3 shots, hitting on 4s. All 3 hits.
Yeah.
And wounding on 5s, because strength 4, toughness 5.
Okay.
And 2 wounds.
So do 2 ups. That is a 2 and a 6. Sir.
All right, so they're fine. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take my 12 shots with the Hive Tyrant.
Okay.
Go
pile over there.
6. 6. All right, so they are twin linked, hitting on 3s. Alright, so 11 hits. And strength 6, wounding on 3s against your toughness 5. Oh, not as good as I was hoping for. So 3 don't wound, so 3, 6, 8 wounds. So 8 2-ups. So there's 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
Nope, 1, 2. Oh, there's a
3. So 3 wounds. Closest doesn't have any wounds currently.
So that was 2 wounds, and then this guy.
Okay.
And that's all the wounds.
All right. So
that was rough.
Definitely changes things a little bit. Not a whole lot though.
Yeah.
They are going to have to take a leadership check. Leadership 10, I assume. So
yeah.
So go ahead and roll the dice, and if it's below it, higher than a 9, we'll check.
10.
Okay. And they're good. Unfortunately, that did kind of ruin my plan a little bit, because I was going to have those Termagants charge in first
Oh yeah.
and take the Overwatch, maybe tie him up. Then they couldn't Overwatch my
It is
my
only
Warlord.
2 shots at ballistic skill 2.
Each or 2 shots total.
Just the captain. The other guy's the banner.
Oh yeah, he's got the banner.
Yep. So he does not have any gun.
Okay.
So I
And
don't think it's gonna matter.
that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We were gonna
What are
run.
you gonna do over there?
We were gonna run that Turbogon. I decided it's not really worth it at this point. So I am actually going to just go straight to the assault phase.
Cool.
Sorry guys, the end of this one's getting a little long and drawn out. I do apologize. There's a lot of things to think about with the big giant differences in the army.
Been a very tactically taxing game.
So you're gonna do your Overwatch.
Yep.
Two shots.
Nothing.
And
You're in.
I'm in. So Hammer of Wrath. And we'll just do this combat first.
Perfect.
Hammer of Wrath, strength 6 against your toughness 5, so 3 to wound. Nothing. And then I'm gonna issue a challenge.
I will accept it.
Okay. So that gets me Hunger for Glory.
What if I didn't accept it? Would that make it so you don't get the point?
I don't know.
It says issue the challenge. It
I
doesn't
issued the
say-
challenge,
yeah.
so you don't have to accept it. But if you don't accept it, then that guy can't fight.
Oh, I know, but I just meant if it stopped your point, I might be willing to not let him fight.
You can.
I'm going to accept the challenge.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. So 4 attacks base, +1 for the charge. So 5 attacks. At initiative 5, you're also at initiative 5.
And I have 4 attacks base +1 for the banner.
Okay. So I am weapon skill 8.
I am weapon skill
6.
6.
So you're hitting on 4s.
That is 1 hit, sir. That is not good.
And
83, 1 wound.
1 wound. So that puts me down to 1 wound.
Yep.
And then I'm hitting on 3s. Oh, they all hit. And strength 6 against your toughness 5. So I'm
5.
wounding on 3s. AP 2. So that is going to be 4 wounds.
Okay. 3 up invuln for the shield. And that is a good one. So it looks like 1 wound.
1 wound.
Look out, sir.
You can't run a challenge.
Oh, that's right.
So that is Slay
would-
the Warlord for the Tyranids.
That's right.
And
And then 4
Now these
attacks from my other guy.
Okay.
Or, yeah, 3 base +1 for the
banner.
Also
Hitting on-
AP3,
hitting on 4s.
which is all of them.
Okay.
And killing him. Maybe?
No. He's toughness 6, your strength 5. You need a 5. Unless your toughness or strength 6,
No, I'm strength 5.
and you just have a combat blade, right?
Yeah.
So which is
Which is
strength user.
Yep.
So I win combat. Amazingly. No, tied combat, but I killed your warlord, so
Yep.
I feel good about my life. So, all right. So we pile in,
Yep.
and
That guy might earn the name if he kills the Hive Tyrant.
so at the end of, and then we'll go over to this combat here
Yep.
in just a moment. All right, guys. So last combat over here for Tyranid's turn 5.
Yep.
So I go first with 10 attacks, hitting on 4s. And not a bad roll.
Not bad at all.
Wounding on 5s, because strength 3 against your toughness 5, or 4, excuse me.
Yep.
And that is where things even out. Only 1 wound.
2 up.
And he makes his save with a 6, and then he gets 3 attacks. So 2 hits. and 2 are dead. So we'll pull this one
Sure.
and this one. I'm still within 12 inches of the Tervigon, so I'm fearless. Even though you win combat, I don't care.
Yep.
So that's going to be the end of turn 5 overall. At the end of turn 5, I have 13 points to your 11.
11, yep.
On a 3-up, the game continues.
That is a 1,
And
sir.
that is a Tyranid victory.
Just barely.
Just barely. Like I said, a lot of things happened that we caught after the fact. So we will see you guys in the post-game chat. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was definitely a different kind of game than what we're used to.
Very, very tactically different. Very.
Because of the huge disparity in model count, capabilities of the models. You had
Tactical.
almost everything was AP2,
Yep.
AP3.
Yep.
All with a 2-up save or 3-up save.
Now you know how my boys feel. Like, seriously,
Well-
every other game that I play against, that's what I feel like. I'm like, you roll dice, oh, I just take models away.
Yeah, oh, I mean, that's...
It was nice to have a save for everything and
Very
a
true.
good save.
very true.
So that to me was awesome to be on the other side of the table because I'm so used to being the guy
Yeah.
who gets wrecked by everything. But I will say, it is scary even with all those saves when you look at the field and you literally have 10 to 12 models and you're looking at a horde of dudes and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
spawning more and spawning more and spawning more, and I'm like, but the one captain sat there and just kept eating through your
Oh, yeah.
spawn dudes. Like, he's like,
And
kill them 3 at a time, 2
that was
at a
kind
time,
of the
whatever.
hope for
Yeah.
the reason that I built the army the way it was. So I knew that with your saves, 2-up
Yep,
saves,
yep,
because we talked about what we were gonna bring.
Of course.
So he mentioned he was bringing Custodes. I knew 2-up save,
Yep.
really crazy in close combat, not really a lot of shooting. So I figured that in order to get through that, my monster creatures
Yep.
are all slower except for the Hive Tyrant and the Swarm Lord. Those are really the only 2 things that are AP2 that can survive long enough.
Yeah.
Because Carnifex Initiative 2, Tervigon Initiative 2.
Which we showed when we got to the Carnifex and just
Oh yeah, wiped him. He didn't even get to swing.
Yeah.
The only thing that would even do anything would be a Hammer of Wrath if I charged.
yep.
But not AP2 at that point because it's a Hammer of Wrath.
True.
So, what I decided at that point was to just try to overwhelm you with
Go the opposite
sheer
direction.
numbers.
Yep.
Obviously, at the end of the game, you had 4 guys over there. You had 1 guy here, 1 guy here,
Yep.
and I had the 2 big guys. I had the 1 zone throw up over there, and then I had about 30 Termagants.
Yeah. So my total model count
Was it 30?
is I don't even think because there's 10 plus 10 is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
24 guys
24 total, counting both my vehicles.
That's right,
and
because you had 2 squads of 5 Custodes,
Yep.
so that's 10. Then you had 10 tacticals, so
tacticals.
20. Yeah, and then you had the
Land
captain,
Raider Rhino,
the Land Raider, the
the
Rhino.
captain, and the Contemptor.
Oh, that's right, the Contemptor that I totally forgot that was a thing.
You killed it early.
I killed it so early.
Turn 2.
So,
But it's fun.
it
It's still got 2 rounds of shooting.
It
and
got
did
2
quite
rounds
a
of
bit
shooting. It killed the zone threat that I needed to stay alive.
Yep.
If that zone threat had stayed alive, there
you're-
wouldn't have been any failed morale checks at all on the center
True.
board.
And
So-
your Hive Tyrant flew behind it, which is kind of a dirty thing. And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't much I could do at that point.
Um,
Whatever. I chose to stay there next to Objective 1 just in case.
yeah.
So, I mean, not that going anywhere else would have helped me. I guess
No,
if
that
I
was really
pitted it
good.
against the wall and had side armor, maybe.
But that was really the only
Yeah.
spot that made sense. You would have
No,
had
totally.
to run instead of shoot, and so.
Exactly.
Anyways, guys, let us know what you think.
Please.
We could talk about it all day.
Yes, yes, we
I
can.
do know for a fact that we made a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
Please be kind. Please be gentle. But
It's my first time.
if you see them,
Not
please point them out, and if you can, provide the page number for the relevant rule so that we can go back and look it up. That would help us
Absolutely.
out. There was a couple things that we tried to look up to verify. We couldn't find a rule to say that we couldn't do it or that we were doing it wrong.
Yeah.
One of the things
Yeah.
was the morale check. So
You guys didn't see it because we talked about it off camera, but there was a whether or not to charge a rhino
oh yeah, with
with
termagants.
with termagants that couldn't do any damage to it. We decided not to do it, and we even rolled to decide whether or not he could do it.
Yep.
Then afterwards, we kind of talked about it some more and thought, yeah, he could. But that we had looked up in the book to find out whether you could or you couldn't. I'm assuming you can charge anything you want,
Yeah,
but
there-
it would be
there was
useless.
just tactically for the objective's sake, I was trying to get ascendancy.
Yeah.
And that was really the only reason you would ever do that, was to try to get that extra movement.
And it was such a
So-
it was such a weird thing that we decided that it felt like cheating to do it
Well,
just for the
This guy
movement.
decided that.
This guy decided that because
You
I
know
was
it
like,
works all the time.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I've never charged anything that I could not at least try
That's
to hurt.
true. That's true. That's true. I will give you that.
I will absolutely charge for the extra move distance. I do
Yeah.
not have a problem with that.
But at least you-
at
at
least
least you
I
can hurt it.
can hurt it. Yes.
So
Maybe only the knob with the power claw. The rest of the boys may be useless, but there is somebody that can hurt it. Otherwise, I would charge something else.
all right.
Hopefully.
Well, maybe.
Now that it's happened, it'll come up in every game. Watch.
Well, guys, thanks for watching.
Yes.
So hopefully
We
you guys
appreciate
enjoyed
it.
the new armies on the channel.
Yeah. Stay tuned. There will be more new armies, hopefully in the near future. Spoiler alert, we're both painting a lot of crap, trying to get more stuff for you, and we've got other people who would like to come in and play, so hopefully one or two of them will get to come in and play soon.
Yeah. In the meantime, go ahead and click right here. There's gonna be a button. It'll right over this
We'll see.
painting, maybe.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
If not, it'll be in the links below, I'm sure.
So.
Let's go.
All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely, have a good night.